For years, CPG brands, maybe even your brand, have poured millions into perfecting the digital shelf. We're talking better photos, tweaking keywords, chasing those five-star reviews. But what if all that effort is kind of like polishing the chrome on a car that has the wrong engine? In this explainer, we're going to go under the hood and find the real growth lever.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about a super common trap that's probably costing you growth right now. Then we'll dig into why shoppers really leave your page, and I'll introduce you to the strategy that fixes it, price pack architecture. We'll see how the best brands are already using it, compare it to the old way of doing things, and then wrap up with a playbook for you leaders to actually make this happen. All right, let's dive right in. Let's talk about a trap that, honestly, so many of us have fallen into. This obsession with optimizing the product detail page, or the PDP. And it really boils down to one critical question for any leader. Are you absolutely positive your team is focused on the most powerful growth lever you have? I love this quote because it just cuts through all the noise. It gets to a fundamental truth, right? You can have the most beautiful, keyword-rich product page on the entire internet. But if you're offering the wrong product in the wrong size at the wrong price, you've already lost. It's a total mismatch that no amount of fancy marketing can ever fix. And this is where so many teams spend all their time and all their budget. We've been taught that PDP optimization is the golden lever. You know the drill. More A-plus content, richer assets, gotta get more reviews. And let's be clear, that stuff isn't bad. But it's a game of diminishing returns. There's a ceiling to how much impact it can have. And frankly, a lot of brands are already hitting it. So why do these tactics eventually hit a wall? Well, it's because there's this critical disconnect. We get so focused on making our page look perfect that we completely forget to ask what the shopper is actually there to do. We're ignoring their mission. And this is where the strategy just completely falls apart in the real world. Just think about it for a second. You've got a shopper who's doing their big weekly grocery run. Their mission is to load up the pantry. They land on your page and see a single serve bottle, and they're gone. On the flip side, you've got someone on their way home from work looking for a quick snack, a convenience mission. They see your giant 24-pack club box and just keep on scrolling. The content on the page is irrelevant. The offer itself is just plain wrong for them. So here's the simple, honest truth of it all. We've been so busy optimizing the page when we really should have been optimizing the pack. We're spending all our time polishing the picture frame when the real opportunity is to change the picture inside it. So if tweaking the page isn't the real answer, what is? Well, this is where we need to talk about the real growth engine. It's a strategy called price pack architecture, or as we'll call it, PPA. So what exactly is PPA? Think of it as a huge strategic shift. Instead of just selling one version of your product and kind of hoping it works for everyone, PPA is about intentionally designing your entire portfolio, your pack sizes, the formats, the price points, to perfectly match the specific reason a shopper is there in that exact moment. And when you get PPA right, wow, the impact is huge. You're not just fighting for the same slice of the pie. You're actually expanding the whole category by serving needs that nobody else is. You can finally break out of that crowded middle-of-the-road pricing by creating specific premium and value options. And maybe most importantly, you become a rock-star partner to your retailers because you're not just growing your brand, you're helping grow their entire business. Now, this is not just some business school theory. The most successful, most dominant brands in the world have absolutely mastered this. So let's take a look at how PPA actually works out in the wild. I guarantee you've seen this strategy in play every single day, even if you didn't have a name for it until now. Let's start with the masters, Coca-Cola. They don't just sell Coke. No way. They sell a 12-pack of cans that's perfect for that weekly pantry loading trip. They have that 20-ounce bottle perfectly placed for an impulse buy when you're paying for gas. And now they're creating special bundle packs just for online delivery missions. It's the same brown fizzy liquid, but the packs are engineered for completely different needs. Frito-Lay is another brilliant example. They use those little trial-size bags in convenience stores as a super low-risk way to get someone new to try their product. But once they've got you hooked, they're ready to trade you up to that massive family-sized pantry pack in the club channel to drive some serious volume. See? It's a whole strategy from your first taste all the way to loyalty. So now that we've seen what PPA looks like in the real world, let's put it head-to-head with the old way of thinking, because this is where the strategic choice for every single brand leader becomes crystal clear. Where are you going to focus your resources? I mean, when you break it down like this, the difference is pretty stark, isn't it? PDP optimization is tactical. It's focused on short-term conversion, keywords, and really, it mostly benefits the brand marketing team. But now look at price pack architecture. The focus is strategic, missions, pack sizes, long-term growth, and right here, this is the real game changer. Who benefits? Everybody wins. The retailer, the shopper, and the brand. This isn't just a quick marketing fix. This is a model for building sustainable, shared growth that actually shapes demand. So the last and maybe most important question is, how do you actually do this? Because this isn't just another marketing tactic. This is a real organizational shift. So here's the playbook for leaders. To make this happen, you've got to break down some silos. For the CMOs, this means you have to elevate PPA from some task you give the packaging team to a core strategic lever for the entire marketing organization. For the CFOs, it's about shifting the focus away from just ad spend ROI to the incredible margin expansion that a really smart product mix can drive. And for all you sales leaders out there, you need to arm your teams to make PPA the absolute centerpiece of every single joint business plan. It'll completely transform your conversations with retailers. If you remember just one thing from all of this, please let it be this. Focusing only on your product pages is like endlessly trying to tune the radio in a car that has no engine. Yeah, sure, the music might get a little clearer, but you're still not going anywhere. Price pack architecture is the engine. It's the actual source of power. It's what really moves your brand forward, what drives real sustainable growth, and what ultimately lets you win the entire category. And that's the question I want to leave you with. I want you to take a really hard look at your strategy, where your money is going, and what your teams are talking about with retailers. Are you just tuning the radio, or are you truly focused on building the engine?